Sports Stadium in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with Cam Newton and the New England Patriots. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, Newton. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Intended for number 28.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. And the Chiefs' D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. From the gun, here's Newton. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them, and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. He was brought down by Brandon Copeland.
The 29-yard line.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. This is caught. Watkins. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Second down and 8. handoff. This is White. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Prince of Mukamara brought him down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And it's third down.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Newton now to throw.
Take off your helmet and give
And
me a
that will
chance.
be incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Fourth down.
Now the second-year punter, Jake Bailey, on for New England. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Watch out for Hill on the return. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
At their own 18-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
22-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And this is caught by Watkins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Sammy Watkins is a former first-round pick in the NFL, and he sure reminded us during Kansas City's run to the playoffs last season. 10 catches in the AFC Championship game and a 98-yard receiving game in Super Bowl 54. He did talk about possibly stepping away and getting...
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I think Josh Uche has got to be one of the poster guys for perseverance. Remember, he didn't start any games at Michigan in his first 3 years. But his final year on campus, he showed just how dangerous he could be as a blitzer, as we just saw there. Great speed and athleticism for a linebacker. He's going to be hard to slow down coming off the edge.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Travis Kelce.
I know it's a little bit of a cliche to talk about all the tight ends who are really wide receivers in the NFL, but Travis Kelce fits that perfectly. He led all tight ends last season with over 1,200 yards receiving, 4th in the NFL. I think he's one of the gold standards in the league for the tight end position, and I don't know if anyone has any more fun playing the game than Travis Kelce.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelce. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now Edwards-Helaire. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
At the 20-yard line.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. They go play fake. Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, this from 33. Butker's kick here is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So he gets an early chance to redeem himself, and he's able to put that one through.
And how happy is he that he's able to get that 2nd chance so quickly after the 1st miss? Gets his confidence back up, and who knows, they may need him for an even bigger kick later in the game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a 1st down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a 1st down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
It's 2nd and 8.
Nothing after 1 on EA Sports.
Chiefs 3, Patriots nothing.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. That is incomplete. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield, but he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Flushed out right. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. Mahomes now on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Mahomes
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here comes Edwards-Helaire on the toss right. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. An 8-yard gain, so that gets them halfway there. Now they're left with a 3rd and 8 more.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A first catch for the man leading the NFL in receiving yards in this first month. And a first down to boot. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams.
Number 20.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He was brought down by John.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Mahomes going to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Mahomes now to throw. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's a rare 2-miss ball game for him now. Normally one of the more dependable guys you're going to find around.
Very unlike him. One of the better kickers in the NFL. And I don't think there's anything wrong with him physically or mechanically. He's just having one of those games.
Now a first down throw for Newton. That's caught by his tight end, Matt Lacoste. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Now Newton on first down. This is White on the screen. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And down to the 28-yard line.
Complete.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And the Patriot first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a toss right side with White. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 11 now. Newton. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 13-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
16 yards. First
But
down.
remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. First down, here's White. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
16-yard line.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
A 33-yard attempt.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on, and it's 2nd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right. Watch him work, watch him hate, watch him learn, can't relate. Watch him skirt out the mud, out the dirt, above the waters, in the murks, out the gate, on site, red.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 33 yards that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
James White, the New England ball.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Eluding the pressure right. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Newton now to throw. And this is caught. It's Edelman. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
2nd and 2.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step in.
Now he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. James White, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots have taken the lead. And it is up.
The kick is good.
And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now.
10. Chiefs 3.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something.
Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece.
That ties the game at 10. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This will make it into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's got a man complete. It's Julian Edelman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Patriot first down.
Newton on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
2nd and 6.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Good.
That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Edwards-Helaire.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From midfield, here's Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Lawrence Guy with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And I don't think Edelman will be able to get to this one. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do in the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Loss of 2.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the 22, Mahomes, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. So they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Completes it to Lee. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Complete.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On the give, it's right. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Anthony Hitchens.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And that's complete to the tight end, Devin Asiasi. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
First down, New England.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
They'll run on first down. It's White, and that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Out of the gun, Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Butker now to add the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10.
Chiefs 17, Patriots 10.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Pats at the line ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
They fake the give. Newton. He'll buy some time right. He's going to let this go deep for Lee. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
New England on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Newton. Open man is Asiasi, the tight end. The 20. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. A big play there on third down for the Pats. 45 yards.
First down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. So that'll back him up 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. On a handoff, it's White. In on the tackle, Alex Okafor.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Opting to run again here with White. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
New England on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing is Newton. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, 1-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick 6.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Ball carrier.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
From the 29, Newton. He'll find his tight end here, Asiasi.
Pass. Complete.
You got the big lead defensively. willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the gun on third down, Newton. And that will be incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They snap it to Newton. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off right around the 43. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a toss left side for Edwards-Helaire. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 18-yard line.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Again, it's Williams. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
53 to mark. 53. Check 53.
From the gun, here's Newton. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
2nd and 11.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Where's 52?
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards on the play. First down. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Kansas City, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And next week as the